Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Hope you guys are staying high and dry with this rainy weather outside. Well, Lee had some things to do today, so I'm going to update everybody with the stats. We had 3 new positive cases, and our team, as well as the patient navigators, are working with them to make sure they're provided the best care. And on the other hand, we had 2 patients on our COVID-4 discharged today, so don't stop believing. We are getting people better, and people will survive this disease. So to change gears, we thought we would give you an inside look into our emergency room. And with us now is Dr. Justice, he's an emergency physician. And again, we're gonna bust some facts versus fears. So fact or fear, you're more likely to contract COVID coming to the hospital, coming to the ED, than you were to be out in public. True or false?
I think that is an inappropriate fear. I think the ER and the hospital in general has taken a lot of steps to keep people safe. I think the virus is very contagious, and because of that, you can catch it anywhere, particularly more so than the general public. People here have taken a lot of precautions to keep patients safe, keep the staff safe, so I think we're working really hard to keep that going.
Right. So what's the process if you do end up coming to the emergency room, whether you're COVID suspected or not? You know, what are some of the things that they will experience coming through our doors?
Yeah, so since the pandemic, we've certainly made some adjustments to the ER. Right behind us, you can see a big wall, and that typically is not there, and that covers off all the way down the other end of the hallway. And that has really secluded several rooms that are dedicated to people that we suspect may have COVID. So patients who are triaged and have those suspicious symptoms will be sent there. Inside there, you have dedicated nurses who are only seeing those patients. We have dedicated supplies specifically to protect the patients and protect the staff from any unnecessary exposure. But anybody else, if you're coming and you don't have non-COVID suspicious symptoms, then the rest of the ER is remaining open. I mean, we're wide open. We're here for business. The old saying is that we're jack of all trades and masters of none. So we can do pretty much everything, and we're still here. So.
Exactly. So don't wait. If you have symptoms, come to the ER. Safe. So can we take a look back here in this compartment that we have secured?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll find some nurses in here, I'm sure. So, come on in.
All right. Welcome to the hot area, as we call it. We have hot versus cold. And we have 2 nurses with us who work the front lines. We have Miss Valerie and Savannah. How are y'all doing?
Doing all right, yeah.
So how's it feel to be the hot nurses today?
Like every day.
Like every day?
What's new?
For sure. So talk about some of the things that you guys do in here. Behind us, we have the PPE tables. We have obviously the rooms. We have some people actually from EDS who are using the UV robot to completely disinfect the room after. That happens every time someone comes out?
Yeah.
That could be
Yeah.
suspected? Mm-hmm. Okay. So what do you all do to prepare to go into these rooms?
Well, we have the protective personal equipment stuff where we have some face shield, our masks, gowns, gloves. And that's kind of how we start off with, and then especially when we do the testing.
So how do you explain to somebody coming into the ED that you're all dressed in that garb?
Well, it's not just to like protect us, but it's also to protect the other patients that we do get to see on this side. Because somebody probably is COVID and the other person probably isn't, and you know, we don't want to be exposing them to the person next door or what they might have. So that's essentially what we kind of wear it for, and also protect us because we also go out and we're sitting with our fellow nurses too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, what do you kind of things do you talk to the patients about? You know, do you check their symptoms, and how many tests have you done today?
We've done 2 tests today.
Okay, is that pretty normal, or?
We usually vary from 4 to 6, but some days we don't do any.
Right, and some of them, you know, aren't positive. They just have symptoms of other stuff as well.
That's correct.
Okay, cool. So why did you guys decide to work in this unit?
In COVID?
Or just in emergency in general?
Well, I did pediatrics for a while and I loved it. And I also did trauma, so this kind of seemed like a nice balance where I could still work with kids without losing my adult skills and still get to be kind of like in the front lines and seeing new things every single day. Like that, for me, I just love. Like coming in and I have no idea what I'm going to do today is nice.
Right.
It's a little different from
Always keeps it
routine.
fresh.
Yes.
I can tell you like kids because you have dinosaurs on your mask.
And a dinosaur light.
Yes, you got it going on.
Yeah.
So, you know, how do you feel working over here? You know, did you volunteer? Like, how does that work? Of who gets to work this area in the not so positive or suspected cases area?
It goes by rotation, so every day they kind of see who is the last person who went. Like, it works just like how we choose nurses to go to triage or minor care or trauma. Now we have COVID, and so it's kind of rotating. I personally volunteer whenever I'm here because I don't live with anybody. I don't have elderly parents. I don't have small children, so I'm like, I mean, it's not like I'm taking it home to anybody. So if anybody else is worried, I don't mind, you know.
Cool. Thank you for stepping up and everything that you all do. Do you feel safe working here?
I do. I feel like the hospital provides just about everything that we need. I know a lot of the surrounding areas and around the country don't have that kind of luxury, so it makes me very happy to be an employee here.
Okay, that makes us feel good as well. Dr. Justice, how would you feel we've handled, the teamwork and having everybody kind of be in place for this pandemic?
Yeah, I think the adjustments the hospital has made have been very effective. I think that everyone feels safe and protected, and hopefully the patients do as well, and they understand that, we're not dressing up like this for fun. I mean, it's very cumbersome to have to do that for each room. It's very costly to the hospital too, so we certainly don't want to waste resources, but we have to do what's right for the patients and for our medical staff to keep everyone safe. Excuse me. So overall, I think that these sorts of things are challenging. We don't know how long this is going to last, and that's the main issue. But I think as far as the ER family is concerned, it really does build camaraderie because we're all in this together. We're all fighting this together. We're all going through the same process every day, and it's just a fight that we got to keep fighting.
That's right. So how would you describe this whole pandemic, or just the team itself? Facing this, you say you're pretty facing it head on.
I think so. We're healthcare workers. There's not a lot that would stop us from taking care of people.
Right. Absolutely. What about you?
I mean, that's what I signed up for. I remember even being in nursing school, just being like, kind of in my mind being like, wow, there was a, tragic accident and stuff that this is, I'm going to be one of these people who are going to get caught. And now that we're living in the times of a pandemic in our lifetime, well, it's what I signed up to do,
It's
I'm
a
just
calling.
going to come and do it, yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, last but not least, we'll kind of touch on, as things are reopening, people are needing to still be cautious about, washing their hands and social distancing, of course. Dr. Justice, is there anything that you would tell the public to keep in mind as we hopefully get out of this?
Yeah, absolutely. This is continually an evolving thing. Numbers may get better day by day, but that doesn't mean the virus isn't still there. So please stay home, stay isolated as much as our community needs that. That's the most important thing. Obviously, the ER is here, the hospital's here. We're here to take care of you if you have a medical emergency, and we want you to come here. We'll take care of you, particularly COVID or not. But as far as COVID's concerned, this pandemic, we don't know how long this is going to last, and that's the main thing we want to get across. So the more the public can do to keep each other safe and to keep healthcare workers safe, the better off we're going to be in the long run as we continue to fight this.
Absolutely. All right, well, with that, you've met the team. You seem we're prepared, we're being safe, and we're ready to serve you because some symptoms cannot wait, and sometimes emergencies just happen. So stay safe and remember strong, and thanks for watching.